Greetings everyone and welcome back to City Skylines, where we have a brownout all the way over here. Oh my lord, what on earth just happened? Why is everyone out of power? Our power simply dropped. Yikes. I was mentioning in the last episode that we were probably going to run into some issues soon enough, and it seems that soon enough has in fact arrived. Yikes, that was really drastic too. What we could do, I suppose, since we're not actually using this, I mean, I could start pushing this up a little bit. We'd need a couple of them to make any real impact on our energy consumption right now, but the problem here is that I expect to expand quite aggressively in this episode, so I don't think I can afford to. I really wasn't expecting that to not be able to match the amount of energy that we needed, though. That has caught me quite off guard, I'll be honest. Okay, well, we need power, so there we are. A lot of money spent on another oil power plant. That should correct the problem for a little while, at least. Garbage capacity is going through garbage processing. Now, in this episode, I would like to continue expanding this little area out, honestly. We will likely have to draw this down a bit. At least that far, I'm thinking. And we'll start having a couple of more roads branching off here that will link up with this little area down here at some point. But for now, let's just draw this out. Now, I'll keep you with me for this one, I think. Now, I don't want anything built off these roads, so we can be a little bit more tight with space. Since that's, we're just not going to put things there. We might have a service, or maybe two. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let's just draw this out. Actually, let's draw it out in more of this kind of pattern, I think. Yeah, something like this. There we go. I do like curves in the roads. We could connect up down here. Sorry. I know. So bad. I feel bad. But we needed to connect up. Right, so with that there, we can have a little bit of stuff going on in the middle. But let's bring this out a little bit more. Something like that, and then we can have a couple of houses just going along here. I'd like to branch off around, around there. Let's take this up and maybe across. Creates a bit of an odd shape in there, I know, but that should actually give the place a little bit of character as well. Now then, how am I gonna set this up? I'm thinking we'll... Actually, sure, we'll take this up and we'll make a couple of terraces in here. So, something like this. I'm thinking this might actually cause some issue with the house I've already got there. No issues. Well, that's quite nice. And then pull that back a little bit more. We'll draw that out a tiny little bit more. And we'll just let these terraces get a little bit shorter as they go along. And we should be able to connect that up. Almost perfectly, but not quite. Let's actually try that again, shall we? In fact, let me connect that road up to this one. Let that one be the guiding mark. Okay, I see the problem. We are going to need something around there, I'm going to say. And we'll pop in a little curve just to connect this up. Like, no, that's a little bit too close. Drive this back a little bit to there. There we go. Should be able to get this to work now. There we are. That's much nicer. Now then, in this area, I'm not really sure what we're going to place in here yet. We could, thinking about it, have a similar sort of thing going on, where the roads are going in this direction. I actually quite like that idea. I must confess, I quite like that idea. We draw these roads all the way down. We're lacking the room to do that, I think. What we could do, perhaps, is draw out a road along there. No, unfortunately, we've kind of messed up the angle a little bit. There we are. That sorts that out. Sure, we'll do something along these lines. We'll have the terraces just kind of fitting in together. I think that works actually quite well. I think that will look very, very nice. Gives us quite a lot of room to expand as well. And we can have another road just moving out behind these houses. So let's move it a little bit further along just so that we got... if we put that down there, then we can have a shorter row of houses right behind. That should actually be quite nice. Let's get these going in place. There we are. Alright, I imagine that our service is going to get kind of messed up with this. Ooh, now that is not good. That is really not good. Why are you so backed up there? It looks like it's the time to make that turn that's slowing everything down. That is not ideal. Well, there's not a great deal I can do. One of the problems that we're having here, actually, is that the traffic that wants to leave has to cross the traffic that wants to enter. What would have been a better system is having this as the exit point. But we've kind of flitted back and forth with that a few times. I'm going to flit back and forth once again, though. So let's do that, and hopefully we're not going to put too much strain on this little road here. We'll see how that plays out, but hopefully this will allow the traffic to flow a lot smoother. In fact, the traffic is jumping off at this point now. You know what? Let's slightly adjust this little roundabout just to address the problem that we've caused. There we are. In fact, I'm going to bring this little roundabout a little bit further back. I do like having the one-ways as they are. Now then, let's have... no, we need the highway. About halfway down, sure. About there. There we go. And we can then set this roundabout up to be a little bit wider. By a little, I mean actually quite a lot wider. There we go. No, there we go. We'll do the same on this side. And we just want straight roads here. And then exactly the same curve on this side. So something like that. Perfect. And perfect. Now I've just got to go through the rigmarole of making sure this is all pointing the right way, which it really isn't because I'm a derp. There we are. Now, what I'll do over here, we're going to have to take away a lot of these lights. What I can do here now is have the traffic have another way onto this road. So we want it there, and unfortunately for this shop, there. Sorry, shop. Truly I am. Alright, we can make sure that that is actually a one-way street. Off, on, there we go. Actually, no, let's make that off, that on. There we are. That's going to be a little bit better. Right, let's make sure that our junctions are all set up properly. And by that, I mean we don't have any traffic lights on the roundabout, because that just seems really bad. There we go. No traffic lights. And equally... actually, this one... I'm going to put a stop sign there, and I'm going to allow this traffic out. I'm going to give priority to the traffic trying to get on there. Again, allow that traffic out. And this one, not much we need to do there. Okay, let's see how that all plays out. Hopefully it makes a bit of a difference to the traffic that's moving around. We'll see. Because right now this traffic is massively slowed. There we go. Right, we've got a lot of traffic trying to get around this way. Nah, not ideal. But hopefully they're going to start seeing that this is quite a viable route over there. These roads are going to see a lot of use, so there's not a great deal I can do about that. We've got traffic lights there, really? That might also be a cause of some of the problems. There we go. That may now free this up a little bit. Okay, I think that's good enough. Right then, so back over here, we are actually starting to get to the point where we need more industry. That is good, and it is also bad because I don't actually have room for more industry. Maybe we need to consider adding in some more regular industry around here. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and do that. They're not going to enjoy being over there, though. You know what? We're actually going to build right up to this road. There we go. Make a little bit of room around there as well. May need to take this industry up into the mountains, though I'd rather not go for ore industry just yet. Pop a little bit of industry down here. Just kind of cut that off a little bit there. Just so we're not right up to the processing plants, but that should generate a couple of jobs for us at the very least. Right, okay, back to designating this area. I think, yeah, sure. Well, let's just pop down a good, healthy amount of residential, definitely up around the park, and over on the other side of the street as well. There we are. It's going to take us a little while to get the RCI stable again, but we're making good money so far. I would say that we're doing all right for ourselves even. High school probably still massively under. Well, it's not so much underfunded. We're funding it quite well, or at least normal funding, but it's not got enough buildings. We could get a high school around here, perhaps, and maybe that would be a good idea. Actually, how about we pop one right in here instead? I think that would be a bit nicer. Also, water. Let's get the life-preserving liquid flowing through the pipes of this new area. I'll bring it up there, connect up. There we go. And straight down the street. That leaves a little tiny bit in the middle of our terraces. Okay, there we go. I should do quite well. Right, now then, we don't really have much in the way of specializations that we can give to our industry right now. We've got oil, we've got generic industry, remove the specialization of a selected district and return the zone to generic industry. Forestry, farming, ore, and oil. We have no, like, anything special like high-tech industry at the moment. No commercial specialization. We've got leisure, tourism specialization. That actually, we'll probably have a lot of that in there, I'm thinking. This area will likely be built up as a bit of a shopping hub, but also as where the main nightlife goes on in the city. But we're going to need a little bit more before we can get to that. Can we actually start designating high density? Oh, we can. Fantastic. Yes, we want to get to big town. That is super important. We'll also get the blimp. My goodness, that's actually pretty impressive. Okay, well, we'll continue dropping down more houses because we clearly can afford some more. We'll pop those. Did I pop down another community area? Oh, my lord. Really? I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. It was highlighted over there because I'm a dirt. Alright, let me fix that up. Elementary school? No. We wanted the Institute of Creative Arts. Sorry, houses. My bad. Stupid Aavak. There we go. Perfect. Let's let that carry on then. We'll get a couple more over on this side too. I am going to drop down one or two shops there though. There we are. Going well. Let's have a look at what it looks like from street view. Just zoom through here. Nice and bright. Actually looks like quite a nice place there, actually. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can swoop over the top of our residences. Check out the little cul-de-sacs. Oh, they're a little bit highly built up, honestly, to be cul-de-sacs. I always think of cul-de-sacs as quaint little places with bungalows rather than large townhouses, but things are doing okay over here. One thing we haven't done, have we got a really vast? No, we have. That's fine then. At this point, I'm thinking we probably want to get ourselves an evacuation shelter around here. Actually, looking at things. So let's pop one of those down. Doesn't need to be much. Just something around here, perhaps. Actually, that's a little bit of an odd one. Let's put it in the middle. You never know. Maybe it'll be a quaint suburb, and the door-to-door salesman will go around selling places in this shelter to a young man recently home from the army, and his wife and their young son, and it's gonna kickstart a chain of events that would lead to at least one reasonably good game in the future. Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful sunrise. Paradise on earth. Oh, what a positive attitude you have. Well played. Place is leveling up. I like it. Okay, well, RCI meter is demanding a little bit more of everything right now. How's our water going? Not so great. Power, a little bit better. Even though we've just added another one. I'm going to need to put another one down now, aren't I? There we go, big town. Hooray! Oh, this is going to get good. Okay, so we can buy more land, thank goodness. Taxation policies, level 5 unique buildings, the Blimp Metro, new office specialization, we can get IT clusters, new commercial specialization, we can go for leisure. We can have new policies such as education boosts, harsh prison sentences, ooh, doubles the usual prison sentences, okay. Educational blimps, really? What's that then? Switched advertisements on blimps to be educational posters to boost education slightly, no cost. Oh, that's very nice of them. Raise tax for low-density residential or high-density and so on and so forth. Basically, we can tax certain areas more aggressively or drop the tax, I believe, which will allow us to encourage certain types of densities of buildings into areas. VIP area. Any and all shelters in policy area are reserved only for the citizens living in the policy area. Let go of leisure. Leisure specialization area stops generating tax income, but get a hefty boost in their entertainment and attractiveness value. Lightning rods. Request tallest buildings to install lightning rods on their roofs to lower the likelihood of them catching fire during a thunderstorm. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. We've got the blimp pathways, the high density of all of these, office zone. Probably have a little bit of that in the middle of the commercial area. Metro stations, fishing islands, incineration plant. Instead of just collecting the garbage, why not burn it and turn it into electricity through the power of steam turbines? The incineration plant burns garbage to create electricity for the city. Got universities, prisons, fire watch tower, tall radio mast, a large emergency shelter. Okay, that's pretty cool. Police helicopter depot, a sauna. A sauna is a healthcare facility where people come to bathe in hot, steamy rooms. Towels are optional. Saunas create a health bonus to the neighborhood around them and increase happiness. Indeed, they do increase happiness. Solar updraft tower, all sorts of things. Deep space radar. That must be another thing, like about meteors, perhaps? Yeah, meteor strikes. Blimp depot, a faculty. University students who wish to specialize in certain areas go to these faculty buildings. Each building educates Sims in one subject, like astronomy, art, biology, or law. Students can pick and choose to go to one of these buildings or a main university, but each faculty building operates individually. University and Modern Technology Institute. This school teaches teenagers in the ways of technology, an alternative to the university. Well, I'm pretty happy with all of that, frankly. I am extremely happy with it, because now we can start upgrading. This area is going to be one of the first to get it as well. We'll be leaving the cul-de-sacs as they are, for the most part. Right, sorry people, but some of you lucky few, are going to get to have your houses be demolished to make way for bigger houses. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I know. It sucks. I mean, for you. It doesn't suck for me. The city's going to be rich, but it does suck for you. I appreciate this. And you have my deepest sympathies. Or maybe not the deepest ones. You have moderately deep sympathies. But they're not shallow ones, I assure you of that much. Now let's just watch as the new higher density buildings pop up, hopefully. Let's pray that we actually do get some high density buildings, or I will really feel bad. Ah, tea. So good. There we go. I like it. We could possibly sort these ones out as well. I think maybe we should. Sure. No, actually, I'm going to leave those as little corner shops for now. I don't want to draw away from the commercial that's going to be over there. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look at how many households these have. 7 households. 2 out of 10. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 9. Okay, they're not too happy. I wonder why. Other than the fact they just had their, buildings demolished. That being said, I wonder if the shelter was able to take them in. The people who lost their homes because I had to take them down. That'd be interesting. Let me have a look. No one's in there. And I'm actually going to leave this one to just cater to the people in its catchment area. There we are. People are starting to move in properly. 5 of 9, 3 of 7. Excellent. We'll just allow that to build up for now. We will likely turn a fair chunk of this into high density as well. But before that, we are going to need to set up the high street. Now, the high street, as I mentioned, is on this side. We've just put a couple of extra buildings behind, but that is not what we consider the high street. No. The high street is going to be a single street. There we go. Let's get all of that built up and everything along there as well. If you would be so kind. There we go. That should actually be decent enough, I think. We should see some nice commercial popping up there, actually. And fairly quickly, too. Brilliant. We could even drop in a couple of offices, but we'll hold off on that one, I think, for the time being. However, we can't put in high-density industrial. That doesn't exist. You can have offices which provide for the same sort of thing. They are industry, but they are basically a non-polluting kind of industry. And if I was going to put down offices anyway, I guess I would actually put them in here for now. Sure, let's get rid of you then. And you. We'll just give people a place to work around here. We've got that high density over there, so we can probably get rid of that. In fact, I might just put regular housing there. Actually, yeah, we're going to go with high density housing along this block now. There we go. That'll generate a little bit for us. It'll take a few moments for it all to fill out, but look at this. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm quite glad that that's actually going up as quickly as it is. We'll leave these ones as smaller shops, though, simply because I like the idea of having some taller or at least more imposing buildings, and then with smaller buildings behind, so there's almost like a slope in the skyline. So it isn't just jagged cliffs of buildings. Well, that is quite the tower block. Let's have a look at you. Top banking. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be a bank from its shape. Very well. But we'll allow our citizens to fill out the various lots first, and then we'll start upgrading some more things. There we go. Look at all of that going. Plenty of office space here. Glorious. Hickory residence. 10 households can go in there. Great. Oh dear. Seems that our jail availability is starting to suffer a little bit. But we can actually fairly easily resolve that. We have got a prison we could build. It would cost us a lot of money to keep it going. How many prisoners can it contain, though? Prison is the correctional facility to transform criminals into law-abiding citizens. Police stations have jails to hold criminals for a short time, but a prison is needed to... Oh! No, actually this rehabilitates the prisoners. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this down somewhere, though. I know that my citizens will not be too happy with having a prison nearby, despite how necessary having a prison is. They're complaining about not having a prison, but no one probably wants to live next to it, which does frustrate me sometimes. Okay, I imagine it frustrates a lot of real governments too. Right, well we could pop it over there, but I'd rather not have them, my prisoners, at least the ones I'm trying to rehabilitate. If I'm going to the effort to try and rehabilitate them, I kind of want to give them a nice environment to be rehabilitated in. You know, I don't want to, you know, it's far from wanting to make it some sort of leisure park for them, but I still want them to at least have a positive environment around them. There we go. Maybe add a couple of things here, maybe some... not sure the parks would really make any difference, and I very much doubt that the game really cares either, but damn it, I care. We're going to give them... Let's have a look. One of the best parks. Little Japanese garden. We'll pop it right beside. Maybe they can be allowed out every now and then to go and check out the Japanese garden. Lovely. There we go. We'll also add some... well, I don't want to really put too many trees around... What? No, go away. Bad. Naughty. I don't want to put too many trees around it along this road because, you know, it might cause some sightline issues for the officers trying to make sure that no one escapes. But we'll have a couple just to break it up a little bit. There we go. We'll have a nice tree here or there. Pop that one in there. Flowering tree. There we go. And sure, we'll just fill this out at the back. Again, you don't really want to make it too thick with it. Like, I'm not trying to block it out, because if you block it out, then you're also blocking anyone on the inside from seeing out, and that seems like a bit of a mistake when you may have some prisoners deciding that no, they don't deserve their time. They may have done the crime, but they will serve no time, and they're gonna rush out and try to make off into the terraces just down here. It would be tempting. I can definitely see it being tempting. But there we go. And also, we're gonna add in a cycle route so that my officers can get up here. There we are. And boom. There we go. There you go, officers. You can cycle to work if you want to. There we are. Perfect. Actually, on that note, we really should look into mass transit. In a little bit, let's allow more of the place to develop. Oh, I'm liking this. That is starting to look pretty cool. That is starting to look very cool. I like that a lot, actually. How about down here? Starting to see a couple more places going up. Got a few more officers in position there. I imagine you kind of feel surrounded, almost dominated by the large buildings all around. Worry not, we will fix that feeling for you. There we are. No more will your homes have to feel inadequate by comparison. There we are. Perfect. That should build up fairly quickly, and I really would actually like this to be high density too. There we go. We'll pop down a little bit more high density around there as well. Yeah, actually, I like the idea of this whole block there being fairly high density. I really wish that would go away, that notification. It does irritate a little bit. There we go. Right, okay. We'll allow them to start building up. The commercial doesn't need anything, but it'll grow up over time. That shouldn't be too bad. Really, go away. I don't care about the new builds. Is there a way to turn that off? I must have a look. I must see if there is just a means for me to shut you up. Same for Chirper, actually. Oh my lord. What do you want me to look at? It desperately wants me to look at something. Ah, right, okay, the deep space radar. There we go. I have now looked at it. Perhaps you can go away, satisfied that you've completed your job. I mean, I don't resent, you know, I don't begrudge it. You've been given a single task, and that is to notify me that there are new buildings. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that your task hinges on me paying you attention. Because that is not going to happen most of the time. Right, let's get rid of this junction, I think. Or rather, not the junction, but let's just get rid of the traffic lights, and hopefully that'll work out okay. But yes, there is a new piece of land, and I am very happy with this, because I would like to purchase this piece of land right over there, and we can start expanding out a little bit further with our agriculture, which I think is a pretty reasonable thing to do. Actually, at this point, we might want to upgrade this road. Yeah, I kind of do, because we're going to have a lot of traffic moving along here, because I do intend to make this quite a fair way out there. Are we still connected? Yes, we are, thank goodness. Right, okay. How's power going? Power's going absolutely fine. Right. I've now looked. You can go away. That is exceedingly irritating. Why would any developer think that that is okay? I have no idea. Right, we need to move you, I'm afraid, though. Perhaps we can move you... Yeah, we'll have to pop you over there and then redraw the pipeline. I was hoping that I'd be able to find a position where I could just connect you up to that. There we are. Right, okay. Moving further out, though... actually, yeah, we can still see it fairly clearly. Follow up around the curve of the agricultural area there, the fertile lands. Right, time for more dirt roads. Okay, there we go. That should be a nice start to it. Now all we need to do is to ensure that this area is properly covered by the district, and Sylvan Heights can continue to expand. There we are. Something along those lines, I'm sure. There we go. And we can just fill this in and get some more agriculture going. There we go. Now, obviously, you know, agriculture is... I've noticed some people seem to find that, or think of agriculture as more or less synonymous with being eco-friendly. It's like, actually... modern farming practices are kind of draining on the soil, the environment in many cases, especially like cattle and ranching, simply because you need so much land to be able to feed the cattle. But that being said, certainly less damaging to the environment, or at least as far as I'm aware, than heavy industry. But again, you know, some agriculture could be considered heavy industry in its own right. Just simply, like you imagine things like chicken runoff and that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of scary when you look into it. But hopefully these will be a little bit more tame in their aspirations. No gigantic fields and massive processing plants to deal with all of the output. We'll try and keep it small scale as much as we have an ability to control those sorts of things. Now then, time for some more residential, I think. So let's get this on the go, and all of these terraces can be the higher density residential, and same with this. There we go, that should be wonderful. Though at this point I am really strongly feeling that we need to get actually, you know what, I'm afraid you're going to be moving up, but I'm really feeling that we might need to get a few more services around here. Pop that down there. There we go. Our citizens can now cross from one direction to the other fairly easily. Let's draw this up. Sure. Something like that. It's actually quite nice. We could maybe add a couple of couple of things in there. There are so many modded assets, but I'm trying to stay reasonably vanilla when I'm showcasing this game at the moment, just for those who are new to the title. But there are so many modded assets that you can really use to make a city absolutely beautiful. Many of the screenshots that you may have seen of city skylines, cities, and things that people have managed to do, quite a lot of those will be using modded assets, or at least tools to allow you to place things and move around assets a little bit different, or even paint the roads in some cases. So be aware that this game has an incredibly vibrant modding community, and as a result, kind of hold yourself back if you don't experience that. But I know that everyone has different preferences with using mods. I may well start to use mods at some point, and I would welcome anyone's feedback on whether you feel I should or should try to preserve it being a more or less vanilla experience for as long as possible. Let me know in the comments below if you have a feeling one way or t'other. How are my farms doing? Not too bad, but they are going to put a massive strain on my water. Yeah, they already have. Okay, another water pump then, I guess. Shouldn't actually be too bad. We've got plenty of water moving through this area. I doubt we're going to have any issue dealing with that. But in terms of pollution, I am a little bit concerned, because now we're actually starting to use this land. I don't want a long polluted river. I'm basically turning this into the Thames. Well, the traditional Thames, not the modern Thames. Traditionally, the Thames was, well, like any river really, that ran through a massive metropolitan city before we got on board with like actually cleaning stuff out. It was a bad place, a very bad place. Much better now, but this will end up being much more akin to like the pre-sewage system Thames, which, yeah, may as well just call the plague doctors and get them to move into the city right away. There we go. Let's add down a couple more bushes around here just to smarten the place up a little bit. And we'll actually continue with the large boulder kind of theme that we've got going there. Let's turn that around, pop them down there. Are these actually randomized in any way? Doesn't actually look it, unfortunately. That's a bit of a shame. But we can add a couple of smaller rocks in as well. Oh, actually, yeah, they are randomized, just not particularly large groups. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll grab a few more trees as well. I feel a little bit bad about this, but I'm sorry, but it has to go somewhere, and it was decided that this was the somewhere that it would be. Pop a couple of flowering trees here and there. There we go. And let's have one of the larger bushes, actually, as well. There we go. That'll do. Oh, come on, Mayor. Doesn't the city board come up with something other than the farm? Well, I mean, I could. We've got offices and stuff. Calm down now. I think it's looking quite well myself. Right. Okay. Well, now that our residential area is starting to come together. Ooh, we're having problems. Oh yes, we are. Well, down and blast. I guess I'm gonna have to pop down another one then. I refuse to go to the incinerators yet. I'll pop that one down. There we go. That'll do. Or should do. But we're going to add this one into its own district. I'm thinking we'll probably have a second district over here. This one is going to be a fairly bog standard district for residential for now. It's not going to have any special policies other than it is fairly neutral. It's going to be much like the district in here, really. But I will mark this one out because I imagine we're going to pop down a couple of policies. In fact, let's have a look at those. First and foremost, let's see. I'd like to increase the amount of recycling you're doing, frankly. And let's see. It doesn't seem to be too much. Recycling plastic. No, we can't actually set that one up right now. I'm going to add in recreational use. just so that people can chill out and enjoy themselves a little bit more. Also, parks and recreation. Make your parks and plazas the envy of the country. Moderately increase land value around parks and plazas. There we go. This should actually be quite a nice place to live for now, especially considering we're going to have a lot of people living there. But we are also going to want to set up the commercial district that is going to be going in here. It'll also contain offices, so I guess it's commercial and industrial in a way. But it'll mostly be focusing on commercial. And in that sense, I would actually like to have, let's see this, leisure activities, a more vibrant nightlife, and many options for daytime relaxation as well. Causes a lot of noise pollution. Commercial zones are active 24/7. Yes, I would like that, please. In terms of the industrial, there's nothing yet that I can use to affect offices. But we've got 2 new districts ready to be named. And I guess one of the last things we can do in this episode is start to lay down some actual connections. Let's bring these out. I would like the area out here to be a little bit more close. There we go. And just have these running along. Actually, that one's a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. We should be able to get all of this sorted fairly easily. There we go. Right, and have these to connect. Perfect. And same down here, actually. Actually, no, we can't do that one. Though I just realized we don't really need to draw the road right up there. We can instead do this. There we are, and have that curve. It's not exact, certainly, but it's good enough. Right, from here, this is where we'll start actually building out the shopping and the rest of the commercial, the leisure facilities. But that's going to be it from me. Once again, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode where we have actually very, very heavily built up this little district here. We will likely continue to do so. I'm probably going to sprinkle in a couple of high density buildings, but we're not going to take them all to high density. Not around here. We'll have a couple of low density residential buildings sprinkled throughout. But this, in the next episode, is going to be our focus. We're going to be building up quite a commercial and office center to generate quite a lot of jobs and also shopping opportunities. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, though, and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as ever, do take care.